Safety guidance and information. Refer to the manual or kit leaflet. Email ukinquiries@edgetechig.com for a copy or call customer services. Details are on www.edgetechig.co.uk. Follow safety guidance, pre-repair safety considerations, completion of a safety checklist and safety sign-off sheet. There are step-by-step instructions for routine and major repair, which include part references, identification and unit exploded view, part replacement details, and reassembly process. Read and follow safety guidance. Refer to the instruction leaflet or manual and follow safety recommendations. Risk assess before starting. Competent person, verify skill set, required PPE for work involved, check for pipe fitting damage, safe work with air pressure and isolate air before repair. Air sharps and finger traps. Never operate part-built unit. It contains sharp blades and parts, and worn parts may be sharp. Check over for damage. Check for wear and parts to order. External inspection, general condition, and internal inspection for moving parts. Key external inspection points. Faceplate anodizing worn away. Faceplate external wear may also reflect internal wear if parts have not already been changed. When worn down to base aluminium and cutting pad support area is worn thin, it should be changed. Wear plate is grooved from use. A step worn into the wear plate from glass abrasion could cause angled spacer or application issues and is best changed before it gets down to the plate screw head. Guide block is worn rounded. Excessive wear from the corner of the glass into the guide block causes rounded edges in the unit. Body faceplate inner wear. Excessive wear is often apparent from viewing the front end of the shuttle, noting wear into the shuttle body, faceplate and cutting pad. Internal inspection. Follow the process covered in the following sequence to disassemble the shuttle and inspect the internal moving parts. Tools and equipment required. An Allen key or hex wrench, 5/32 or 4mm for the wear plate and cylinder, adjustable or 3/8 spanners for the blade body and lock nut, posi drive, flat screwdrivers for the faceplate and guide block, and a small hammer for the dowel pins. Cleaning materials. Clean debris with isopropyl alcohol or alternatively a glass cleaner. Please note, avoid the use of silicone sprays for risk of transfer to spacer. Use lint-free cloths and swabs to get into grooves and pockets. Remove buildup of acrylic adhesive and rubber debris. Isolate from power source. Disconnect from airline before removing protective faceplate or any pneumatics. Faceplate disassembly process. Unscrew pressure wheel thumb screw several turns to back off tension on the faceplate to ensure the screw does not foul first on reassembly and result in a loose faceplate. Unscrew the two faceplate screws to loosen the plate. Faceplate removal steps. Place the end of a flat screwdriver into the shuttle body recess to lever the plate off the two dowels to reveal the internal parts. Warning: contains a sharp blade. Follow safety guidance notes. Safety first, sharp parts inside. Assess risk and wear appropriate PPE when the sharp Euro blade is exposed. Internal shuttle parts inspection. Look for bearing bores worn oversize and signs of cutting pad wear. Check manual service kit drawing for any missing parts to replace. Undo the two posi drive screws to release the guide block. Undo 3 Allen bolts to release the wear plate. Disconnecting pneumatics. Refer to the instruction leaflet or manual, ensure air supply is disconnected, familiarise yourself with push-fit type connector and removal process. Removing tube from fitting. Depress the collet around the tube. When fully home, it releases the grip ring holding the tube. The tube can now be removed from the fitting. Removing the cylinder. Use the Allen key or wrench to unscrew the two mounting screws to remove the cylinder. Euroblade removal process. Before starting, check safety procedures. Wear appropriate PPE for sharp blades. Use 2 3/8 or adjustable spanner to loosen the lock nut by holding the nut stationary and rotating the Euroblade hexagon body to release. Unwind whilst retaining lock nut in place. By marking the original lock nut position, you can speed up the reassembly and depth setting of the new Euroblade assembly. Euroblade replacement process. Remove the new Euroblade assembly, taking care once the blade is exposed. Keeping the lock nut in position, rotate the Euroblade body onto the cylinder piston rod thread until it meets the lock nut, securing it hand tight initially. Euroblade tightening. Use 2 3/8 or adjustable spanners to tighten, lock the parts together. Align the blade vertically, ready to assemble back into the blade groove in the shuttle body. Cylinder reassembly process. Keeping hands out of the way, holding the cylinder tube, slide the Euroblade into the shuttle body blade groove, ensuring it is clean and free from debris or adhesive buildup. Slide the cylinder forward until its square front end plate meets the location shoulder and the mounting holes align to the body threads. Replace the mounting screws whilst trying not to cross the threads already in the body. Use a 5/32 or 4mm Allen key to screw in the mounting screws. Cylinder reassembly process. Take care not to over-tighten the two mounting screws into the plastic shuttle body threads, as over time this can cause the threads to strip. Cylinder tightening and alignment. Gently pinch up the mounting socket screws and check that the cylinder is secure in place before proceeding. Check that the cylinder can be moved by hand with the blade freely moving in the groove in the shuttle body. Wear plate reassembly. Replace or refit wear plate by lining it up with the shuttle body, refitting the 3 socket head wear plate screws. Gently pinch up the socket head screws with a 5/32 or 4mm Allen key, ensuring that the inner face sits flush with the shuttle body. Check approximate blade depth. Fully advance the blade manually to check that at the end of the stroke, the blade tip sits in the center of the cutting pad backing plate slot. Blade depth verification method. The blade stroke should not be so deep to allow it to cut completely through the white sacrificial cutting pad and into the metal backing plate. Check backing plate clearance. Fully advance the blade manually to check at the end of the stroke that the blade does not contact the plate. Check cutting pad contact. Check the blade is going deep enough to bed into the cutting pad by ensuring it firmly clamps the pad at full stroke. Blade depth adjustments. If the blade depth does need adjustment, loosen the lock nut again using the 2 3/8 or adjustable spanners. Keeping one part held, wind either the lock nut back to retract the blade or wind the Euroblade forward to advance the blade. Reconnecting the cylinder safely. For safety, ensure the shuttle is not connected to an air supply whilst reconnecting the pipes from the trigger valve on the shuttle body. Reconnecting the pneumatics. Refer to the assembly instructions in the Euro Shuttle Manual or Service Kit instruction leaflet for details on the pneumatic connections. Familiarise yourself with push-fit pneumatic connector operation. Ensure the pipes are in good condition and replace with new if they are damaged or worn. Reconnecting to the cylinder. Connect the valve bottom port fitting nearest to the trigger button to the square front plate port fitting of the shuttle cylinder. Then connect the valve back port fitting furthest from the trigger button to the round rear plate port fitting of the shuttle cylinder. Push fit pneumatic fittings. Ensure the pipes are pushed fully home into the fitting and are firmly gripped inside by lightly pulling on the pipe. They should not come free from the fitting. Guide block reassembly. Inspect the guide block for excessive wear and screw head damage, as glass edges can wear through to the screw head if the guide block is not replaced soon enough, as the images below illustrate. Replace and check internal parts. Refit any missing dowel pins in 3 places, 2 faceplate and 1 guide roller pin. Gently tap missing dowel pins into place. See manual for ordering part reference. Refit the guide roller, the pressure wheel holder and the pressure wheel. Check pressure wheel holder moves freely and refit cutting pad backing plate. Check and replace faceplate. Before replacing existing faceplate, assess the level of wear to the edge and inside. Replace faceplate if it is deeply grooved inside and worn by spacer moving parts. Discard a worn faceplate. A new or less worn one will aid application quality. Refit the cut-off button into the faceplate slot before refitting onto dowel pins. Align the cutting pad backing plate to slot into the back of the faceplate. Faceplate retightening. Replace faceplate screws to ensure the correct gap to body. Tighten evenly. Refit pressure wheel adjust screw into threaded hole in faceplate. If the adjust screw was left in the faceplate, ensure it is backed off before refitting and tightening the faceplate screws to ensure the faceplate is tight. Before reconnecting to air source, review the shuttle checklist in the Euro Shuttle Manual or Service Kit leaflet before reconnecting to airline to verify that all stages have been completed to ensure safe operation. Check pneumatic fittings. Ensure all pipes are pushed fully home into the fitting and are firmly gripped inside before connecting. Low pressure check. On reconnection first operation, use low pressure to check for air leaks from fittings, pipes, the cylinder and trigger valve before returning the unit to the normal operating pressure. Thank you for watching. If you require any further support or information, please contact ukenquiries@edgetechig.com or call 02476 639 931.